guys, Amanda here, today with 3 tips to share with you for choosing stuff sacks for backpacking. The first question to ask yourself is, what are you going to store, or what would you like to store? Stuff sacks are a great way to compress bulkier items, organize your pack, and also keep items from getting potentially damaged by water and other elements. So tip number 1, you want to choose from the 3 primary types of stuff sacks out on the market, which include your compression style stuff sacks, your waterproof stuff sacks, and your combination waterproof compression stuff sacks, which offer the best of both worlds. Compression stuff sacks are going to be your ideal choices for reducing bulky items, such as sleeping bags or down jackets, for example. Waterproof stuff sacks are going to be ideal for when you're hiking in really wet environments, or perhaps you are going to encounter a bunch of river crossings and you want to keep your valuables, clothing, and electronics dry. Tip number 2, you may want to opt for more specialized stuff sacks for longer extended trips. So itemized stuff sacks come in various sizes and are ideal for stashing those loose items, keys, valuables, perhaps some survival equipment, snacks, or even small articles of clothing. They're a really great way to help you organize your backpack even further. And tip number 3 is consider choosing and using a variety of differently sized stuff sacks to kind of really round out your packing organization process. So for example, you can choose a designated food stuff sack with enough volume for carrying all of the food you plan on bringing for your trip, and also a designated sleeping bag stuff sack, which will ideally be big enough in volume to compress and carry your sleeping bag. Quickly to recap, 3 tips for choosing backpacking stuff sacks. Tip number 1, you want to utilize the 3 different primary types, compression types, waterproof types, and also waterproof compression types, depending on the kind of hiking or backpacking you plan on doing. Your compression types are going to be more ideal for bulky gear, whereas your waterproof types are going to be ideal for hiking in wet environments and keeping valuables and clothing dry. Another thing you want to consider is to invest in specialized stuff sacks for more extended trips to better organize your packing system. Itemized stuff sacks come in various sizes, designed to hold different size, loose items, snacks, and/or articles of clothing. And finally, you want to consider choosing and using a variety of differently sized stuff sacks for specific organization purposes. With one primary example being you can choose a waterproof stuff sack for your designated food for the trip, and then a compression stuff sack designated for your sleeping bag that boasts, enough volume to compress and carry your sleeping bag and open up more room in your pack for other non-essential fun items, perhaps. So those are all the tips I have for choosing stuff sacks for backpacking. I'd love to hear about any additional tips that you might have, or if one of these in particular helped you make your next stuff sack purchase decision. And any general feedback is always welcomed in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like connecting with other outdoor enthusiasts, you should definitely consider checking out Summit. Summit is a social network that brings together adventure junkies from all around the world to exchange stories, share advice, and inspire each other. You might even make some new friends too. It's kind of like Facebook for outdoorsy people, but with better privacy, no ads, no spam, and tons of extras. You can join Summit by going to summit.theadventurejunkies.com or by clicking the link in the description below. You can find me in Summit too, so be sure to say hi when you join.